Since opening its doors in 1938, Alderman Library has served as the centerpiece of the University of Virginia's library system.
Library front doors open and close about 1 million times a year.
We keep knowledge here. Could you imagine a university without a library?
And they use it as a meeting place, a hub, a place to study.
They're here hours and hours each day. I'm pretty sure it's a home away from home for a lot of people.
There is still a significant amount of important information that's only available in print. Not everything is electronic.
You know, the value of the book.
The rotunda was constructed to serve as the university's first library, and its location at the head of the university underscored the importance of a library to UVA. The rotunda served as the main library until it was gutted by fire in 1895. After its restoration, the rotunda was utilized until Alderman Library opened in 1938. 80 years later, Alderman continues to serve as the core of the UVA library system, housing 2.5 million volumes, largely made available by state funding. But the building is now older than the rotunda was at the time of the fire and has become aged and outdated.
So Alderman Library opened in 1938. It had 1937 wiring and 1937 plumbing. Much of that is still here.
This is a good example of what's going on in Alderman. You have the heating running, it's nice and warm, and you have cooling running at the same exact time.
Alderman's failing infrastructure issues include water leaks, mold, and complications from asbestos. Narrow aisles and stairways do not meet today's accessibility standards. The library is plagued by inconveniences such as a lack of outlets at study carrels and major safety challenges.
There are serious fire safety issues in the building. I describe Alderman as a building full of students and fuel. It doesn't have a sprinkler anywhere in it. The closest it comes to fire suppression is asbestos floor tiles.
In addition to infrastructure and safety issues, the library is severely constrained by space that is unsuitable for the needs of its constituents. Less than half of the entire library space is available to students, and Alderman is severely lacking in functionality, flexibility, and technology. It is also deficient in preserving its most unique and valuable collections.
Here, sometimes it's really hot, sometimes really cold, so definitely that is not good for the collection.
This building is by far one of the worst buildings here on this university campus.
It's also one of the most expensive buildings on campus at this point in terms of the amount of money per year that it takes to keep it from falling apart.
The vision for Alderman Library is not simply to repair, but to reimagine. Over 150,000 square feet of the original 1938 Alderman Library will be rehabilitated, maintaining the character of key rooms such as Memorial Hall and the McGregor Room, while upgrading and enhancing the character of many of the building's secondary spaces. The first steps of the renovation process have begun by taking an inventory of the collection and updating the catalog records as needed. Plans are in place to move the rich print assets to the preservation level Ivy Stacks facility in preparation for renovation work. In October of 2018, updated plans for the renovation will be submitted with demolition slated for 2020. All 150,000 square feet of old and new stacks will be demolished and replaced with roughly half the square footage of new construction on the same footprint, with a welcoming face to visitors to the university. This new construction will be fully flexible, adaptable space designed to meet the library's future needs and will also provide fresh opportunity for managing our carefully curated collection. The new addition will be fully integrated into the existing Alderman Library, keeping the building's historic facade intact. The renovation will introduce space for new forms of research and scholarship in safe conditions, space that will transform the student experience.
The library right now is struggling to meet the needs of students and other researchers today, let alone what we anticipate in the future. So it's really critical that we get the renovation project underway as soon as we can.